All right, so this video we're going to be talking about how you can become a millionaire through Forex trading, okay? So what gives me validity to talk on this topic, right? Well, most of you know my story. I started trading in 2014 with a mere $2,000, and I had turned that into $1 million by 2021. So I'm not saying that's how quickly you're going to do it. I'm not saying if you do everything in this video, within those amount of years that it's going to happen for you. We all have different timelines. We all have different journeys. Okay. But if you really religiously follow the advice that I'm going to give you in this video, I'm fairly confident that you're going to progress real nicely. And if you get your process down, you do everything that I mentioned, then the money is going to come naturally. Again, I can't tell you what your timeline is going to be, but I can point you in the right direction. I can give you that guidance. Okay. So here's how you're going to approach it. All right. Number one thing you need to do is you need to get a mentor. Now, before you click off, say, oh, here goes the fucking sales pitch. He's trying to sell me something. I ain't trying to sell you a damn thing. I don't need your goddamn money. Okay. So let me just establish that right off the jump. When I say get a mentor, that doesn't mean you got to pay. Okay. Mentorship is like, you can have a mentor for free. Sure, you're not going to get the same amount of like in-depth one-on-one attention, etc. Let you get like then somebody that's going to pay for it. Of course you can expect that, but you can learn for free. You can get a mentor for free. Okay. And I'm willing to extend my hand to you for free. Doesn't cost you a dime. For free. I'm willing to teach you. I mean, heck, I got just fucking countless stuff on this YouTube, guys. Everything you need in regards to technical analysis on this YouTube available to you. I've given several models on this YouTube channel, several step-by-step models on this very YouTube that you are watching at this very moment. I have playlists. Go to my playlist channel. I have a psychology playlist. I have a I can't remember what it's called. I think it's called a technical analysis playlist, liquidity playlist, market structure playlist, risk management playlist. I got like the full fucking package over here. So don't give me that damn excuse of, I got to pay money. You don't got to pay shit. I got everything for free right here. If you want, yes, I have mentorship, which is closed at the moment, but you don't got to sign up that if you don't want to. Yes, you're not going to get the same, in-depth info that they get. Okay. You're not going to get that. You're not going to get the accountability that I provide for my mentees. You're not going to get, you can't expect to get the same level, but you can absolutely learn. You can absolutely become consistently profitable for free, completely free. You can absolutely do that with the content that I provided you on here. And another recommendation, join my free Discord chat as well. Okay. I have a 100% free Discord chat, which I'll leave a link to that in the video description, where I post my plays, all my plays that I take every single day are plugged in my watch list section. You can ask me questions in there, connect a little bit more closely with me, and it doesn't cost you a dime. There's no catch. It doesn't cost you a dime. That's number one, guys. Get a mentor. I'm willing to extend my hand. If you don't want to learn from me, well, cool, it's fine. Maybe you get another mentor. Completely fine, but just have a mentor. That's it. Just get a mentor, have that guidance, because it's going to fast track your progress, your process, okay? Don't try to do it yourself. Drop the ego. Okay, if you want to become a millionaire, you want guidance, because then you're just going to reverse engineer. Because when I got into this game, I knew that's all I had to do. Find somebody. I knew I had just to find somebody that had what I desired. And then I had to reverse engineer what they did, and I can have the same exact thing. It's that simple. I can have the same, just reverse engineer. Now, of course, I developed my own process, but that guidance, guys, you need it. You need that guidance. I'm not saying you can't make it happen without it, but I mean, why add, 5 to 10 fucking years into your learning process when you could have it so much quicker? You still got to be patient. It's still a process, but you can have it so much quicker if you just have that guidance. Okay. Now, of course, you're going to need an edge, and like again, I'll provide you with that. I provided several models where you can find that edge, and you got to get your risk management down. I don't recommend jumping in right away, risking the industry standard of like 2%. Like you see 2% thrown around quite a lot here. If you try to jump in right away, risking 2% as a beginner, you're going to get smashed. You're going to get clobbered. I'm telling you that that's going to be the case. You may not want to hear, you think like, listen to this right now. The guy can handle it. It's different when you get caught in a losing streak and you're taking loss after loss after loss after loss with 2%. It piles up very quickly. It's going to pile up very quickly, and it's going to start to weigh on you. You're going to start sweating, and then you're going to start to struggle to execute like you should be executing, because that losing streak, it's just too much for you, right? So you need to start small as well. And yes, this adds, it's like, well, how, Mike, this does not tell me how to become a millionaire trader. Absolutely it does. Because guess what? If you get in right away, risking all this fucking money, you're going to lose a bunch of money. You're going to get discouraged and you're going to quit. And then guess what? You're never going to become a millionaire trader. If you quit, are you? No, you're not. You're not. And of course, learning how to manage risk effectively, you don't become a millionaire trader. Yes, there are some exceptions, the fucking degenerates, right? That just gamble and then become, like some of the crypto people that just go full degen and become millionaire. I'm not talking about them. And then most of those people, guess what? They're going to lose that money eventually too. If you become rich with bad risk management, you're not going to keep it. Okay. There's people out there that become rich, taking stupid risk, trading like a degen, but they're not going to keep that money. Like, anybody can make money. The true professional keeps that money and then multiplies it over a long-term basis, guys. That's what the professional does. So you got to learn how to manage risk effectively. Okay. And I do have an entire playlist on that, but real quickly here. Number one, you need to start off paper trading. So like, forget live money right off the bat. I know you don't want to hear that because everybody wants to make money right away, but guess what? Rushing the process is it's the slowest way to reach success. Slow and steady is the fastest way you're going to get there. And paper trading, it's going to allow you to do a few things. One, it's going to allow you to do data collection in the form of forward testing. Yeah, you can back test as well and get the data quicker. But forward testing, it also allows you to do that, and it allows you, of course, to get used to your system, looking for your system, getting used to seeing the same thing day in, day out. It allows you to do that. It allows you to get used to your broker platform, which because you don't want to get into it with live money and just make silly mistakes like that, because that is so avoidable just by paper trading and getting used to your platform. Like, and maybe your broker, it doesn't allow you to, maybe it doesn't calculate how much you're going to make or lose on a trade. So then you got to get used to, getting the correct lot size. All this stuff, most people don't even think about this. And then they get in unprepared and they take all these stupid losses and they get discouraged right off the bat because they're already down, and they're not even, it's just off stupid stuff like that, off not even knowing how to calculate their precision, off not knowing how to operate their platform, just complete amateur mistakes that can be avoided with paper trading. Everybody urges against it, but I'm telling you guys, I promise you guys, it's worth it to take the time. Okay. You got to take it slow, one step at a time. Okay. Because people that say they don't want to paper trade, they're trying to rush the process. I mean, you can lie to yourself all you want. You ain't bullshitting me when you say I ain't paper trading. It ain't real emotions. I've heard all the excuses. It is BS. And it's what I hear when I hear somebody say that is, okay, I want money right away. I want to make money right away. And I don't it's not worth my time, right? It's absolutely worth your time. Paper trade. Then after you have at least 6 months consistent profitability paper trading, then you can, you have my permission, only if you're ready, of course, to venture into the market with live capital. Okay. But when you venture into the market with live capital, I recommend not going higher than 0.5%. So that means don't lose more than 0.5% of your total capital on any single trade. So whenever you have a loss, that P&L should not reflect more than 0.5% of your total overall account value on any single trade starting off. Just start there. Start very small. And if that's too much, then lower it even more. But don't go lower than 0.5%. Okay? Or don't go higher. My mistake. Don't go higher than 0.5%. And build that cushion with 0.5%. And you really don't even got to go higher than that if you don't want to, guys. You don't even got to go higher than 0.5% if you don't want to. There's plenty of people that don't. Even myself right now, that's where I'm at right now, guys. I mean, I used to do 2%, but I have a more active trading style now, like a lot more active trading style. So 0.5 is actually fine. And I could just literally stick at this if I wanted to. I do plan to go up to 1%. But with this new style that I'm trading, with this newer strategy that I'm trading. But yeah, guys, it's really not even necessary if you don't want to. Like 0.5%, there's nothing wrong with staying at that. There's nothing wrong at all with staying at 0.5%. But if you do want to, and you do want to compound your capital a bit quicker, okay, if you want to like be a little bit more aggressive in growing your capital, and there's nothing wrong, I don't think, with doing that. Of course, if you got your system down, you're very comfortable with how you're trading, you know how to manage risk, you can be aggressive. You can be, now aggressive doesn't mean reckless. I didn't say reckless. I said you can be a little bit more aggressive. You know what you're doing. You know what you're looking for every single day. You absolutely you can. But whenever you scale up from 0.5% to say 1%, your data you need to look at your data, and you need to look at your max drawdown. Okay, you need to calculate that. And whenever you scale up, it should be able to account for whatever your max drawdown is. Okay, so like say you were to scale up right to 1% and you get hit with a losing streak immediately, because guess what? That's how it usually goes. I know many of you can relate to this. Like, it's like as soon as you start to try to scale up, it's like the market just, what the fuck is this, right? It's like the market goes to crap. It's like, where's my setups? All of a sudden, it's like the market is conspiring against me, and it went to dog crap, right? As soon as I start to scale up, and then I give up, I get back all my gains, and then I'm back to square one, or I'm in drawdown, and that's how it usually goes, right? So before you scale up, look at your data, look at your max drawdown, and build a buffer to account for that, plus more, just to give you that peace of mind. And then okay. And then once you do the same thing with 1%, then you can go to 2% if you want. If you really want to, you can go to 2%. And then you can do the same thing with 2%. You reckon in these gains with 2%, it's going to start to compound. It's going to start to add up quicker than you think. So again, guys, so far, what have we established? Well, you need a mentor. And with your mentor, of course, that's how you're going. He's going to assist you. He or she is going to assist you in developing your edge, finding your edge. And once you get a profitable edge, because it's absolutely necessary, you need an edge. You need something that is, because some people like to make the argument that you don't need an edge, you just need risk management. Don't do that. Okay, just get an edge, guys. Like, find an edge. It's not difficult to find a trading edge. Okay, that's the easy part of this shit. That's the easy part of trading, is finding the edge, right? You need to understand how to learn price. Yes, you need to understand a firm understanding of price action. Okay, you need to understand liquidity, market structure, all that good stuff. You need to learn how to manage, which we just went over, learn how to manage risk. And then the psychology thing is going to be the most difficult thing to conquer. Okay, psychology. You need, as I'll say, unfuckwithable psychology. Unfuckwithable psychology. And how do you develop unfuckwithable? Because you're not going to become a millionaire and remain a millionaire. Keyword, remain a millionaire. Keep it being a millionaire without very good psychology. So how do we develop the psychology that is going to bring us millions of dollars? That's going to bring us that financial freedom that we just so desire. What is the mindset that's going to bring? Well, there's, again, developing psychology. Here's how you go about doing it. I'm going to give you the recipe right here, right now. Take notes. Data collection is very important, because confidence without data is delusion. Confidence without evidence is delusion. So if you don't have data, you know, a lot of people, they don't have confidence in executing. And yeah, I wouldn't either. If I didn't have anything to back me, of course I wouldn't either. I wouldn't be confident in what I'm fucking doing, right? You need data collection, whether that be in the form of back testing or forward testing. I have videos on it, okay? So you can just search my channel, how to back test, or how to collect data without back testing, something along those lines. And yeah, so you need to do something. You can do either. If you don't want to pay money for a backtesting platform, well, I mean, the video that I'm been on backtesting, like, that platform is actually free to use. Like, but that's like, I think you've got to be, I think it's only US citizens. So with the backtesting platform that I made the video on, there's other backtesting platforms. Just do your research. Very affordable ones. But if you don't want to pay money for that, like, maybe you're just in say you're like in a country or a third world country where maybe, you know, money is maybe not as abundant, where you can splurge for a backtesting platform, or maybe it's just your financial situation is not the greatest, right? Well, then forward testing, I have a video on forward testing. Open a Google Excel. So in short, open a Google Excel, track your wins, track your losses, total R made, max drawdown. You can do that in Google Excel. And just take it day by day. Remember what I was saying a second ago in regards to paper trading, 6 months consistent profitability? Guess what? That allows you to do it. Go to the paper trading account and then open up the Google Excel and track that data as you paper trade. Get that data, get that edge, like have that for your edge. That's going to be essential to building the strong psychology that's going to bring you millions of dollars. Okay, you got to have it. You got to have strong psychology. Data collection is an essential part of that. Is it everything? No, it's not everything. And I'm going to go into a few other things here in a moment, but you need to do that because it does a lot of the heavy lifting. Another key tip to building strong psychology is journaling. Not just trade journaling, but emotional journaling. When I say emotional journaling, a lot of people they'll turn their nose up at this, like, what, like a diary, Mike? What do I look like to you? What do I look like to you? A diary? I am a grown man. I'm not. All right, get over that. It ain't gonna do you no good. All right. I was the same way. I was like, hey, diary. I ain't trying to do that. Right. It's a journal, guys. You're journaling your emotions, and that's going to allow you to become more mindful of them. All right. So like whenever you feel a certain urge to act like a degenerate, I want you to journal that, when it's happened, why it happened, what triggered it. You need to really dive deep into like what's triggering you to think the way that you do. And what you'll notice is the more you journal this and the more you get in depth with this, you understand yourself more. You understand yourself more. You understand your emotions more, what makes you tick, why you feel the way you do. And that's the importance of emotional journaling. You need to do that. Nobody talks about it, but you need to do it. Trade journaling as well. You need to journal all your trades. You need to study all your trades. Absolutely. Absolutely. Another thing to building strong psychology, meditation. Okay. Now, how do we meditate? I always have this question. How do I meditate, Mike? How do I go about meditating? It's very simple, guys. Like, don't overthink this stuff. Take about 5 to 10 minutes before you start trading for the day. If you can't do it before trading for the day, like I know some of you may work at the job, right? Or maybe you can meditate. I'm sure you can meditate at your job. Just, I'm sure you could get it in. But if you can't, just fit it in whenever you can. But the best time to do it is going to be, of course, like right before you trade for the day. Kind of think of it like you're prepping your mind for battle. You're getting your mind right. Because I promise you, it carries through into the day because you have that win over yourself. Because what you're doing with meditation is you're training yourself to become mindful. Okay. All you're going to simply do is I want you to, again, 5 to 10 minutes before you start trading today, just focus on your breath. Just focus on your breath. Breathe in, breathe out. Focus on your breath. Okay. And what's going to happen is what you're going to notice is you're going to lose focus at times. Your mind's going to drift off to something else. Right? Something else, whatever it is, it's going to drift off. And what you're going to need to do is catch it. Catch yourself. As soon as you drift off, say, oh, hold up. I'm getting distracted. And I'm going to redirect my focus back to my breath. Breathe in, breathe out, back to my breath. And you're gonna continue to lose focus, but you're gonna continue to bring yourself back. And what you'll notice is this is the same thing that happens when you're trading in the day. You get distracted by your emotions. It distracts you. It makes you want to break your rules and do something dumb. And you know what you're gonna do? That same skill that you cultivate through meditation it's gonna be transferred. That's the importance of it, because you're gonna feel that emotion, that impulse to break your rules. That FOMO's gonna creep in. Right? That fear is going to creep in, but you know what you're going to do? You're going to become mindful when it's creeping in. Then you're going to remind yourself, okay, I understand that I'm feeling this emotion. I understand what's happening here, but I'm in control. Not my emotions. I'm the one in the driver's seat. Refer back to your plan, because you should have your plan. Once you have your strategy, you know what your rules are. You need to have your rules sitting in front of you at all times. Very important. Have it written down in front of you when you are trading. And then once you have that impulse, remember, you're going to become mindful of when you are feeling like breaking your rules. You're going to become mindful of it. And again, it gets better with practice. It's not going to happen overnight, but through meditation, you get there. Through emotional journaling, you get there. And then you're going to redirect your focus. You're going to look at your plan that's sitting right next to you, right fucking next to you on paper, in front of you, not in your head, lost in your head. That's what a lot of people do because it's unorganized. It's like a fucking whirlwind of emotions, and then they're manipulated. Like your mind will manipulate you based on those emotions that are pulling at you. It's going to manipulate you. It will trick you because guess what? Your mind knows you better than anybody. It knows exactly what to tell you. It knows exactly what sweet nothings to whisper into you to get you to break that rules, to get that dopamine hit from gambling. It knows exactly what you want to hear. The plan that you made. The plan that you made in a rational mind space is always the correct plan of attack. That plan that you made with data backing it, that is always the correct plan of attack. You cannot believe your thoughts. You can't believe your thoughts whenever you have a trade on, because you're going to tell yourself whatever you want to tell yourself to trick yourself, to get yourself to do that, to get that dopamine hit. Everything we do, everything humans do revolves around avoiding pain and seeking pleasure. And your mind is going to bring you in that direction. So you have to always you become mindful of when you're feeling those emotions, refer to the plan, refer to your rules that's sitting right next to you and say, this is what's going to bring me financial freedom. This is what's going to provide a better life for me and my family. This is what's going to bring me to where I need to be. That's what you do. Successful traders are not robots. They're not like how some beginners believe it's just like mechanical, like machine. I feel the same emotions that you do. It may not be as strong, like I don't have that urge as much, but it's still there. But you know what I do? I say, all right, I become mindful through the meditation, through the emotional journal. I'll say, okay, I understand I'm feeling this way. Look at my plan. Cool. That's what I do. There's no other discussion than that. I know what to fucking do. I look at the plan. That's the correct plan of attack always. But nope, don't go into that conversation with your head. Don't start to negotiate in your head. In those rules, it ain't in those rules. Well, then guess what? You don't got to fucking trade if it ain't in those rules. It's that simple. That plan is what's going to bring you financial freedom. That plan is what's going to make you rich. Follow the plan. You become mindful. You look at the plan. You follow the plan. You understand. And guess what? It gets better with practice. Are you going to be perfect overnight? No, you're not. You're not going to be perfect overnight. It's a process. And this goes into my next thing in regards to building psychology. Because some people believe that once they get the data, right? They have the data. They have the back testing. They have the forward testing. They're doing the meditations for a couple days, right? They're doing the journal for a couple days and they think, oh, I'm going to be at the same exact place that Mike is now. I'm going to be able to just execute like just perfectly, right? It ain't going to happen like that. Sorry, it don't work that quick. Yeah, you need to do all that. It's going to help you, absolutely. But guess what? Nothing trumps experience. I'm the result of years and years of experience as well doing these things, of consistency, okay? It's not going to happen overnight. You're going to have some setbacks. You're going to have some times where you start to slip up, but you're going to get back on the right track with all the advice that I've given you, okay? And then you do this month in, month out, you're going to gradually get better. And then a year from now, 6 months from now, if you really, lock in, you're going to be in a completely different space. Like literally 6 months from now, you can change your entire life. You can be in a completely different headspace. It just depends on how much you focus, how much you lock in. Okay? But it can be done. You can change your life in 6 months. You can change your life in a year. Like you can be psychologically in a completely different place 6 months from now, guys. You really implement the advice that I'm giving you here. Okay? It's a lot of hard work. It's absolutely a lot of hard work. Okay? I'm not in this video, selling you, whispering sweet nothings in your ear, nothing but Lambos, bottles, and models like a lot of the Furus do here. But I'm giving you the real recipe that's going to bring you those riches that you desire. That's going to bring you that financial freedom that you desire. I'm giving you the tools. It's up to you to use those tools. I can't do it for you. I can't do the work for you guys. I can just give you the blueprint, which I'm giving you right here. I'm giving you the blueprint. I'm telling you how to become a fucking millionaire. But it's up to you to do it. I can't make you do it. It's on you. You got to put the work in. Nobody's going to come to save you. Nobody's going to do it for you. You either be disciplined, you either put in the work, you either do the shit, or you will starve. You will die a 90%er if you don't. Let it sink in. Let it sting. It's true. Okay? So, we've established you need a mentor, you need to find the edge, you need to learn how to manage risk, which I've told you how to manage risk. I've told you how to develop psychology. And Again, in regards to finding an edge, I have countless stuff on, like, I have several models on here, like several models. I've taught several models on this YouTube channel alone. And you can also look at my trade reviews and you can see how I personally trade. You can feel free to implement my model if you want to. Okay. I have swing trading stuff. I have day trading stuff. I have several things on here. Right. And yep, that's really it, guys. It's a very simple process to becoming a millionaire, but simple is not easy. So don't confuse the two. Simple is not easy, but it's a very straightforward process. And I gave you the blueprint. You do what I mentioned there. It'll happen with time. If you really did that, what I mentioned, it's a gradual process. I can't tell you when it's going to happen for you, but you do everything I mentioned, you're going to make progress. I can't tell you when you're going to become a millionaire. I can tell you you are going to become a millionaire, but you do what I mentioned, you're going to make progress. And guess what? You make progress. Well, guess what? The P&L curve, it typically follows. It's going to follow. Okay. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you got immense value out of it. If you did, we'll leave a like, subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you later.